Welcome to the first session of history. Let us start with chapter number 1, Sources of History. Children, we all know that history is the study of the past events. So, to study these events, we need various documents. Let us see the example of Shivaji Maharaj. We are acquainted with the history of Shivaji Maharaj with the help of the coins used during his period, the letters that were written during that period, the povadas, or by visiting the forts built by him. So, these are all sources through which we learned about the history of Shivaji Maharaj. A source means a place, person, or thing from where something is obtained. In this year, we are going to study about modern history, that is, the history of India after independence. So, it is very necessary to first know about the modern sources of history. We can study history with the help of various sources like written sources, material sources, oral sources, and sources in audio-visual medium. So, let us study about these sources one by one. Written sources. Written sources are those which are in the form of written text. They are the sources that are available in any written form. The sources that are included in the written sources are newspapers, periodicals, diaries, reference books, correspondence, documents in archives, government gazettes, postage stamps, and encyclopedias. Let us learn about some of the written sources in short. Starting with archives. The place where historical documents are maintained in its original state is called archives. The main office of the National Archives of India is at New Delhi. It is the largest archives in Asia. The next written source that we are going to study about is the newspaper. Newspapers are one of the main sources of information. During the period between 1961 to 2000, newspapers were the only source of information. After 2000, when government loosened certain laws and internet became easily accessible, that is, available, an alternative for print media became available. Yet, the newspapers still continue to be powerful. Let us study some of the characteristics of newspapers. The first characteristic is newspapers give us information about what's happening around the world. We get to know about politics, arts, sports, literature. Literature means written works like novels, dramas, essays, etc., as well as national and international affairs. International means related to the world. The second characteristic of the newspapers is there are also regional editions available. Editions means newspapers. These regional editions give information about a particular region. Example, Maharashtra Times. It gives us information about all that is happening in Maharashtra. The third characteristic is some newspapers print special supplements towards the end of the year. Supplement means a separate part of a newspaper which deals with a particular topic. These supplements summarize the important events that have taken place in that year, thus helping us to understand the important events of the year. The next characteristic is newsletters, dailies or weeklies of political parties, monthly and annual magazines are important among the print media. The Press Trust of India. After 1953, the Press Trust of India has played an important role in providing basic details of all important events and articles on important subjects. The Press Trust of India, that is, the PTI, has provided reports, photographs, and articles on financial and scientific issues to newspapers. PTI has also started its online service. During the 1990s, PTI started using the satellite broadcasting technology instead of teleprinters to send news all over the country. This material is important for writing the history of modern India. The next written source is reference book. Reference books are also of great help as they contain useful information which can be used to write history. For example, the Annual Reference Book India 2020, published by the Information and Broadcasting Department, contains real and trustworthy information about the land, its people, national emblems, political system, defense, education, environment, health, sports, agriculture, etc. The next written source that we are going to study is postage stamp. A historian, that means a person who studies history, makes a postage stamp speak and a lot of information about the changing times as well as history is revealed. The postal department publishes, means prints, a wide variety of themes like political leaders, flowers, animals, birds, events, or the silver, golden, diamond jubilees or centenary, bicentenary, tercentenary of different events. A silver jubilee means 25 years. A golden jubilee means 50 years. A diamond jubilee means 60 years. A centenary means 100 years. Bicentenary means 200 years. And tercentenary means 300 years of certain events. Thus, postage stamps are a very important source of history. The Indian government issued or printed the Jal Cooper stamp in 1977. Jal Cooper was an expert on the subject of postage stamps. He was the founder of the Philatelic Bureau of India, which studies and collects information about stamps. He founded the Empire of India Philatelic Society. He has played a very important role in taking the study of Indian postage stamps to international level. The postage stamps on Jal Cooper is an important source to understand his contribution to this field. Children, in this session, we studied about the written sources of history. In the next session, we'll be studying about the material sources, oral sources, and audio-visual sources of history. Stay safe. Thank you.